Hello, folks. It's Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. As usual, my name is Tudor Varov, Theo, and I'm back with the 71st episode of Keeping It Realistic, that show that we do in collaboration with Chaos, and that is very much dedicated to our beloved Chaos campus community. Welcome, everyone. I see you're already here, ready and willing to see this very, very interesting, unique, and inspiring episode that we'll be having today. Today, with me here, I have a very special and awesome guest, Ines Dga. Let me show her to you.
Hey!
Hello, Ines.
Yeah,
Nice
how
to
are
have you
you?
here.
Same, I'm
So,
so happy to be here.
now, everybody's already here in the comments. I see Francesco, I see Amit, Nair,
Hey everyone.
Abdi, everyone's here for you to see this very inspiring episode because today we really will be talking about inspiring stuff, including your creative journey, interior design, our ongoing group exercise, and your upcoming new show, Untold Stories, which starts in a week. Very, very exciting stuff.
So excited.
So there is a lot we'll be covering today. But before we do all of that, we got to take a moment to wish you a very, very happy birthday. I won't be asking how old you're getting, but I want to tell you that it's fantastic that you decided to spend part of your birthday here with us. And yeah, I mean, you remember we talked about a week ago, and then you told me that you want me to sing for you. I said I would do it. Then you backed up and say that maybe I shouldn't. But I think that you'd love me to do this. I think that you won't be turning red, as you said. I don't think that it will be cringy or awkward at
Oh,
all. And what's even better is that I actually went and gathered a small band. They aren't very good, admittedly,
okay.
but it comes from the heart. So let's see if this band will manage to come together on time so that we all can sing for you. How does it sound?
So really, I don't know what to say, honestly.
Well, you know, you promised. You said that you'd love the idea. You promised that it
I
won't be.
thought I thought you were joking, that's why.
Well, then you
I
know
don't
for
know
the
what to
future that you
say.
should be careful uh, with it. Oh, would you
Oh,
look at
hi
that?
Amit. How are you?
The first band member is already here, but let me tell you, there are actually more.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, this is what happens in keeping it realistic. So, if you already regretted being here, now I'll give you an even better reason
Oh
for
my, I
this.
didn't expect this. Thank you. Oh,
But
hi, Amit. How are you? I think
I mean, we
I
don't
can't
hear you.
hear
You're
you.
on mic. We still don't hear you. And we need to hear you. This is very
Yeah.
important right now when
I
you're
think you are
here to
on
be a
mute.
part of the band.
No?
So it's a live show. It's normal. Oh, would you look at that?
Oh
Another
no.
singer is here. Hmm. And in the meantime,
Hello.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
Is there any sort of special thing going on today
oh, you
that
just
I'm
jumped into our live session just to show off. I don't know what are you doing.
yeah,
Hi, Rick.
it's
How are you?
weird, isn't it? I was just working here and all of a sudden you and Ines appeared on my screen. This is weird.
It's
Well,
weird.
now that you here, you gotta sing. You're a part of a band, like it or not. And let me tell you that in the meantime, the comments are getting wild. Everybody wishing you a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so
Arthur is
much.
here as well.
Hello.
Oh, elephant. Hi. Hi, everyone.
It's
I can't believe I don't. I mean, I lost my words. I don't know what to say.
this is what Amit said will be happening because I wasn't sure
Thank
what
you.
you think about it, if you find it
Thank you so
awkward or
much.
cringy. But
Thank you.
then you have some of your favorite people here,
Yeah.
so you're already
Thank you so
spending
much.
part of your birthday
Thank you
with
so
us.
much. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, Ines.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Ines.
Thank you, dear Olfat. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I lost my
Hello?
words.
Are you able to hear me now?
Thank
Now
you.
we can hear you, Amit. You know,
But wait, I can't hear you.
you're our solo singer. We gotta hear
Just
you.
one
You
minute.
know, we also have Arthur here, Vessi, wishing you a very happy birthday,
Hi,
Ines,
everyone. Thank you so
Nigel,
much.
Danushka. Like,
Thank you, everyone.
yeah, you know, we cannot be together. Oh, would you look at this one?
Hi.
Everything already happened.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh,
I don't know what to say.
happy birthday! I
Thank
miss
you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to start crying because
There is still a 2 hour show afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
we should have
If
done
you
it
start
at the
crying
end,
now.
maybe.
No, it would
Thank
be a
you.
lot of fun if she starts crying and people just get to the show like late and see her with her puffy eyes and all emotional and people like, what the hell is going
What's
on
going
here?
on?
I swear, guys, she's enjoying it. I'm
Yeah,
not holding her
she's
against her will.
happy. Those are happy
Yeah,
tears.
yeah, I am so happy, but it's just some emotions.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
That is
Thank
what
you,
I was telling.
everyone.
Like, I hope she doesn't get emotional and, cry out of joy looking at all the friends around her.
Well, seems like this is exactly what's happening, but this is also
Yeah.
fantastic because, yeah, we wanted to bring you a bit of joy because you're sharing
Thank
your
you.
birthday or at least part of it with us, and this is
Thank
lovely.
you.
You know, you could have said, no, I don't want to be here in the show. I want to be somewhere else. It's lovely weather outside, but instead you're joining us here, and we have you here on your birthday, so we want to give you a bit back. So I hope you're enjoying this. And once again, the comments are really, really, really going wild right now. Everyone wishing you a very, very happy birthday and a fantastic day.
Thank you.
And I don't know if the rest of the band is, I
More
don't know,
people.
disbanded or they cannot make it. I'm not sure about this, but maybe we can just sing for Ines a happy birthday and then continue with the show. And if somebody else joins afterwards, then yeah, they can also say their greetings. Shall we?
Of
Yep.
course. The
Okay,
Yeah.
who
one.
starts? Who has the best voice? Rick, start. You start.
Ah, come on.
Okay,
Let's
I
all
start.
join together. Yeah.
All right, let's
Three.
start this together. Come on.
From
3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1. Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
birthday
you.
to you.
Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
birthday
to
you.
to
To
you.
you.
Happy
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear
birthday,
birthday,
dear
Dear
Ines.
Ines. Happy
Ines.
Ines.
Happy
Happy
birthday
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 to
to
Birthday
you.
you.
to
Oh,
you.
this was
Feliz
the worst happy
aniversario,
birthday
Ines.
singing I've ever heard.
Now we
Thank
should
you.
try
Oh,
singing in
thank
different
you.
languages at the same time.
Okay. This is so cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
When people are joining now, they just think, what's going on here? Yeah, we're celebrating a birthday, and it needs to be visible. It needs to be loud. We don't drink,
So
but
loud.
we have stuff like this,
Yeah.
right? So, does every one of you want to give a, let's say, a personal happy birthday, and then we can actually go on with our show. We're having a live session here.
I
So
want to say to
Nadia,
Ines كل عام وانت بخير.
حبيبتي ميرسي شكرا كتير شكرا I love you Olfat.
Me too.
Thank you so
Whatever
much
she said.
حبيبتي.
yeah, I also
Oh,
agree. Sounds
it's happy
good.
birthday in Arabic.
Yeah, just
Buon,
happy birthday.
buon compleanno.
Tanti auguri.
Thank you, Nadia.
Amit,
Yeah, my native tongue, mother tongue is Gujarati, but I'll tell you in Hindi. I hope you understand a bit of it. आपकी जन्मदिन के इस शुभ अवसर पर आपको मेरे और मेरे परिवार की तरफ से ढेरों शुभकामनाएं। आपका जीवन सुखमय हो, आपको ढेर सारे लोग मिले और मैं भगवान से ये प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि हम कभी एक दूसरे को आमने सामने मिले। So, happy birthday once again.
Oh, thank Thank you. I mean, thank you so much. Thank
First
you.
time I hear
Thank you
Amit
for being
speak
here.
in his native tongue. This is so cool, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank
all of you, actually, this is, I mean, okay, Nadia I heard in the Chaos Connect days with all the other Italians, but Ulfat, Amit, and now it's time for some Portuguese, eventually.
Yes, of course. So, feliz aniversário, Inês. Tudo de bom e muita felicidade para você.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
Rick. Thank you, Rick, so
So
much.
sweet.
and let's try Bulgarian. Čestitruš dan dan. Ines. That's it.
Thank you, Theo. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
all.
you. And thank you all
You
for
made my
joining
day. Thank you.
for this. You've been amazing. And I hope we made Ines' birthday more special and unique.
It is now. Like I can't say any. I truly don't know what to say. I didn't expect it.
You need to deliver cookies to us, like,
Yeah.
birthday cookies.
Yeah. There are strings attached. Now we need cake and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
He
No,
does
guys, no, you
very
can go.
good
It was
cake.
cool with you, but now go.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday once
Bye-bye.
again.
No,
Love you.
Have a
Jokes
nice
aside, you were
food.
fantastic. Thank you so much for making this
Thank
possible.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. And
Thank
have a great day, my friends.
Bye.
Bye.
So, you didn't turn red. You see?
I don't know if I'm going to continue.
Oh, you kind of have to.
Now.
You kind of have
After all
to.
this.
But, we got to make it special. And the thing is, in our community, so tight knit as we are and so close as we are, doing something like this is, as I proposed the idea to all the people that you saw, it was immediately accepted with, yeah, it sounds amazing. Let's do it.
Aw.
Right. So this is the fantastic thing about our community. And this is the fantastic thing of the people that we saw here. Amazing, each one of them. And of course, you totally deserve it. So I hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you so much for making this day special. Thank you so much, and special thing for everyone who joined now. I love you all, and because I was kind of celebrating this birthday by myself, but thank you for being here. Thank you so much. It truly means a lot to me. Thank you.
So we made it special. Now it's time to ruin it with a 2-hour show. Nah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. Once again, thanks to the band. Thanks to all the awesome people who made your day special.
Best band ever.
Yeah, best band ever. They're not really good at singing, but everything else they do is fantastic. So now, today we have this this episode called the INESpiring episode.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we don't want this to just be merely wordplay. We want to actually take a look at some inspiring stuff. And I think the best way to kick it off is talking about your creative journey and your story. And of course, we know the short version. You come from Tunisia, you now live and work in England, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the long version, or let's say the full version of this journey of this girl who started in Tunisia and is currently working for this very renowned architectural office in the center of London. How did this happen? Was it planned? Was it something spontaneous? Was it a coincidence, luck, or maybe a mix of all of those? Please tell us more about it.
So I think it's a mix of all this, because when I started 3D, it was back in 2019, and I studied interior design first. After I got my master's degree in design theory in the Institute of Fine Art and Design in Tunisia. And after that, I was between, like, I start my PhD in the same time trying to find a job as an interior designer, or and because I want to be a teacher. This is what I wanted, is just to be a teacher.
Do you still want it? Just in a long term, let's say.
What? Sorry?
Do you still want it in a long term? Like someday?
So, no. I don't. Well, it's not one of my, let's say, like, dream now. But back then, yes, it was a dream for me to finish my studies and be a teacher. But I don't think now is something that I want to do in the future, but that was the plan. But so I was interior designer and I started my PhD. So at some point I was like, oh, I need money now. So what I can do? So I was trying to find a job, and all the studios in Tunisia, you have to be good at 3D in the same time as interior designer. So the plan was to learn 3D and to find a job as interior designer doing 3D renders. And I've never, I mean, it's just starts from the sudden, and I went to Tunis, the capital of Tunisia, to study a 3D course. So I went there so a friend of mine, he was doing these courses. His name is Mohammed Buslema. And I started doing 3D, and just my aim was just to render and to learn some 3D, and that's it. But the thing is, I felt in love, honestly, with 3D, and I started, like when the first time you start learning 3D and you discover like a new world, and you start like modeling, texturing, and the first I remember the first render engine that I learned was Corona, and I was like, oh my god, what's this? And I remember when I finished, my course, I went back straight away, and I was just trying to do new projects, just to learn, to finish, like to because the course is just the beginning of
The basics,
like
yeah.
the first step of learning a thing. So when I went back home and just started to do random things just to see a render, and I remember myself with that very decent PC that I have, and I was waiting hours and hours in front of my PC just to see just a single render. And every time I have some issues and I can't re-render again, yeah, it was so like painful. But I remember after 3 months, a company in Sus where I live, they saw some renders that I was sharing on social media, and they wanted me to work with them. And so this studio was so we deliver work to Germany back then. So it's like freelancing from Tunisia, but we do work for
German clients.
yeah.
Nice.
And I don't know, that was my first job, but I stayed there for only 8 months because the work-life balance wasn't that good. And at the same time, I remember COVID hits, and all the people, they were like, oh no, we're going to stay doing the same job there. And I was like the one, oh no, I'm not going to stay. And even my family, they were like against me, what she's doing. People during COVID, they stick with their jobs because at least you have something. I was like, no, I'm not going to stay working
Yeah,
there.
it's
I
wild.
don't want to do that. And in the meantime, I started freelancing, and I remember I took a new course, but it was V-Ray as well. So I wanted to learn something else during COVID time, and I learned V-Ray. After that, I mean, in the meantime, I was freelancing, but I was like, no, these projects, they are. I feel like I felt a bit, this is not the thing that I want. And I really like to share my work on social media because I feel like people can get inspired from that, and I can be inspired, I can inspire other people at the same time. So I remember myself, for me, every month I need to do an exercise and I need to share it on social media. And that project needs to be everywhere. So it's like a challenge every month for me to post something, and it needs to be popular. I don't know why.
Okay, to go
I don't know
viral.
why.
Okay, you
No,
planned it.
you know
Okay,
why? I have no idea. It
okay.
was like this. I don't know why. So, and I started to understand that there are people are doing the same thing that what I was doing, which is 3D. Because before I didn't know it's, I mean, 3D visualizer or 3D artist is a thing. I mean, back then it was random. I didn't know. It's just me doing things, and I started to find groups that with all these 3D artists, these three, I mean, architectural visualization, and I started to, um, let's say, have like some conversations with some people. I ask them sometimes if they have, I don't know, if I have some issues, or so I started to build like not a community, but people that I know from the industry, because I was super impressed with 3D. I don't know, but it's me. Um,
Makes total
and
sense. Let me tell you. I mean, I saw here in the comments, I think it was Amir who said rendering is like drugs. Once you start, it's very difficult to stop. And if you find
yeah,
this fascination, which it seems like you totally found for yourself, it's like it gives you a new tool, a new world that you can dive in and create whatever you want. And this is, of course, a great power.
yeah. At the same time, I was doing my PhD, and after I went to France to finish my studies to Paris for just 2 months. But when I went back to Tunisia, I was like, I think it's time to find something else, because I'm not going to stay in Tunisia and I just freelancing. I want to do something else. And I was sending my CV everywhere, but was in France, only France for me, because I've never thought, by the way, to in my mind was only France, because it's my second I mean, I speak French, so it's my second language, and I've never, I don't know why. Like, not London, like, no UK, no. It was for me only France is my target. France is my target.
It makes sense. I mean, if French is like a second mother tongue to you, it makes sense to go to a country which I like
Yeah.
to aim at a country which offers lots of possibilities and you speak the language. Because with English, you gotta start, in a
Yeah.
lower position because you gotta work yourself with your language skills. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, but I remember that I had only one interview with a company and it didn't went well. Uh, and I remember I don't know, I remember I post Make a Wish, which was the birthday scene, and I got three interviews from, I mean, on LinkedIn, three different companies, one in Liverpool, two in London, and one in Canada, Montreal. And I was like, oh, I mean, I was super scared, but I was like, okay, just let me see. Maybe it's gonna work. But I by the way, I didn't send any CV back then, but they just found my work on social media, so they sent me straight away. Do you want to do an interview with us? So I was like, oh yeah, of course. So I I remember I did three interviews with these three different companies in the UK, and the other one as well in Canada, because my focus was I need to leave the country because I feel like I can do something else outside. And I felt I'm doing the same things as a freelancer. So I was like, okay, let me let me see what's going to happen. Um, and the good thing is, after I think 2 months, I signed the contract with Sybarite, and it went very well. And they told me, "Oh, you have now to do your visa, and we are going to sponsor you, and you need to come to London wherever the visa is ready." And it was after 2 weeks, everything was ready, and I need to go to London. I was honestly, back then it was kind of a surprise, because honestly I didn't expect that at all.
And
So
so quickly, it seems
it
like
is.
everything
Yeah, it
evolved
was so
within
fast.
weeks.
Yeah, I did a English test as well, and after they finished all the visa thing, and it was so fast. And yeah, done in 2 weeks. I everything was ready and I need to leave the country. It was the hardest thing I've like like it's it was so hard because living abroad is something super super hard, and it changed me a lot as a person, because it was scary, a country that you don't know and you don't have anyone there, and being by yourself and not having, you know, your family close or not having anyone to lean on is something hard. But um it's just made me stronger and the person that who I am today. So, and I'm so proud of this. But what I want as well to say is like, I want to motivate people to believe in themselves and just give it a go. You don't know, you never know. Just believe in yourself, believe in your work, believe uh, believe on what you are doing, and things, they're going to come. We don't know from where, but just do the work and be yourself and try to work hard. um so yeah, so this is kind of the story.
Yeah, but this is
From
so
Tunisia
inspiring,
to London.
honestly.
Yeah.
This is the inspiring thing about it, and what you said in in the end, as a summary of all of this. Like, you did what you loved, what you had a great passion for, it seems,
Yeah.
and you were noticed. You put yourself out there. This is very, very important. We'll talk about this later in the Q&A section. By the way, my friends, in the end of the show we have a Q&A with Ines, of course. So if you have any questions, prepare them for the last part of this episode. But yeah, I think it's totally what we're talking about here. We're not talking about, the moral of the story here shouldn't be you should just leave your country and go to London or
Yeah.
whatever. This is what happened to Ines. It's what led to it. It was her passion, her believing in her skills, doubling down on what she likes, and just putting in the hard work, putting herself out there, and then you get noticed. And you cannot, sometimes you cannot predict how things are. As you heard, she wanted, if something, she aimed for France. Now she's in London. So
Yeah. It's,
and
yeah, it's a big step. It's a big step, but just believe in yourself, because people watching us, I mean, they can at least put themselves out of the box and try to push themselves outside of the comfort zone, and things are, I mean, things are coming. You never know. So just give it a go.
yeah, I mean, you have to, and put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Don't hide. Don't be too shy, because this is not in your
I am
favor.
too shy.
Of course, Ines is 51% shy. She did a test, but apart from that, don't be be at least 49% not shy, and yeah, show yourself, show what you can.
For sure, yeah. And as well, I want to say that's another thing, which is was, I mean, coming to London as well, um, was kind of, the first year was super hard for me because of the language. Specifically, I my team in Siberite, 80% they are British, and you know, eight people or nine people, they have different accents, was very like challenging for me. And I remember Ed, he he's from Brighton, and it took me 2 years to understand what he's saying. So it was super challenging, but it's cool because you learn to just believe in yourself, and you say, okay, today, okay, I'm not gonna understand, tomorrow I will. So that was my motivating phrase every day.
But that's awesome. That's really awesome, because you know hardships are not only negative. At least the way I see them, it's they toughen up, and I've been in the same situation as you. I came to Germany with 18, and I didn't have a family and friends whatsoever. I was alone. I knew a few people, which were very kind to me and helped me like the first weeks, but from that point on, I was alone. And yeah, it's kind of difficult, but at the same time you learn to do things on your own. You learn to rely on your
Of
own
course.
skills,
Yeah.
on your own way of dealing with life. And this is a strength that nobody can take away from you. So while it's hard and difficult at times, in the long run it's actually something positive, and I think you, looking back, you probably don't regret it, I
No,
assume.
at all. Of course, at all. No.
And the other very inspiring thing from the story that you just told us, that I pick out, is that when a chance is offered to you, you take it.
Of
Like
course.
you had these three job opportunities, and you kind of went for all three of them. You didn't go, oh, like Canada is so far away or whatever. You were like, no, I'll go see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, it was, I mean, I didn't expect that, but I was like, yeah, let me just give it a go. Maybe I'm going to, like, let's say Montreal, or maybe Liverpool is nice, so let me just let me try, let me do the interview at first, because some people, they're afraid even to do interviews with the English. So I was like, oh, you never know, let me do that. And yeah, here I am. I'm in
And
London now.
but I assume, and this is important, I assume that while you were saying yes to those interviews or attending them, you weren't like, oh, I'll totally be
No,
rocket or stuff. You were most likely on the inside. You were
course.
probably unsure, you were anxious and
Of
stuff,
course.
but you still did it. And this is I think the strength and the inspiring thing here, because it's not that people who do something courageous don't fear or have no anxiety about it. It's just that they overcome that fear and go for it. And
Yeah,
this is,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's,
Because people, they see only the outside. They don't know what's going on inside.
yeah, but this is important to talk about it, because it feels like there are two types of people: the anxious people and the people who are always brave. They never fear anything and stuff. But this is not the case. Like, I remember 1 year ago, it was pretty much 1 year ago, when we celebrated Corona's 10th birthday in Keeping It Realistic. This was the very first time. Like, I had started the show in September 2023. And this was the very first time I had guests on the show. I would have never been a host before, and all of a sudden I had to host the 10th anniversary of one of the most beloved render engines out there. It was a huge responsibility that I wasn't prepared for. But I remember the moment Kali was like, hey, shall we do it and keep it realistic? I immediately answered, yeah, of course, it would be awesome. And on the inside, I was like, hell no, I cannot do it. Please no. Can we have an apocalypse or something so I have to do it? But you still go for it. I think this is
Yeah,
what counts. There is an opportunity, you go for it and see what happens. It may not be good. It may turn out
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it may end up not good, but at least you tried. So
Yeah.
just try. You are not going to, if you are going to stay in your place doing nothing and just blaming the environment or other people or the industry, just do it, and maybe it is going to work.
We're not sponsored by Nike, by the way, but totally, just do it.
Just do it.
Really, go for it. See what happens.
Yeah,
Absolutely agree with you here. Thanks for sharing this story. I find it really inspiring, very motivating for those who fear, that we all fear. It's
yeah,
maybe there are
all
some
here.
extreme people who have no fear, who are courageous the whole time and brave.
Back
Um,
to
you
them.
know,
I
good for them. But
like them.
it's not of us. And you see us here having, me hosting this show, Ines being my guest, and working for this amazing studio in London. So it
Yeah,
will work out for you. If you believe enough in this, if you work hard, and if you take the chances and try to get chances as well, put yourself out there, I think it will work out for you in the end. I
for sure.
cannot promise, but there is a high probability. Let's call
Yeah,
it like this.
yeah, very high probability,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah,
And of course, what you're doing right now is interior design with Sybarite Architects. So I assume you are into interior design. You almost made PhD in it. So first thing I want to ask you is, what is interior design to you? And let me explain this question because I'm a classic architect.
Yeah.
And throughout my years of talking, communicating with fellow architects and clients, it feels like interior designers, like the architects, have a bit of arrogant view on interior designers. Like the architects are the ones who are doing God's work, they're doing the cool stuff. And interior designers are the people who just come and put a few tables and chairs and lamps in the awesome spaces created by architects.
Mhm.
And this is something which I personally do not agree with, because I think that both have their significance in different areas. Like the city we move through is defined by architects, the facades, the streets, and all of this.
Mm.
But most of our day we spend surrounded by interior design, being it on
Mhm.
a workplace that we work or being it at home. So I think
Mhm.
both are equally important for their own aspects of life. So what is see from this perspective, what is interior design for you?
In general, I want to say, and for me, I think interior design is shaping how people feel inside the space. Because it's not just arranging furniture around or finding the right colors, or no, it's a psychology behind everything. It's not like by chance. And specifically understanding how someone lives inside the space, or how someone works inside, or some entertainment inside the space, and after that translating this into an environment that supports them. This is like the big idea of interior design for me. And as well, a well designed interior space is like needs to brings you that comforting feeling, or that clarity, or let's say sometimes a bit of delight, or being peaceful inside the space, or being happy, or being, so it's all these together. This is interior design for me. It's all these together.
It actually has a ton of power if you think about it. Let's say the architects build a building and then it has a room, let's say one big empty room, and it's like an empty canvas. And the same way you can paint very different things on a canvas, the same way you can with your interior design, you can absolutely control or push the mood, the atmosphere, the way people feel in this space in different directions. And you can control it in a way, you can
Hmm.
define it or predefine it. So it's there is a lot about emotionality there, a lot about the feeling that people have being somewhere. And
Hmm.
really, I mean, we should see it like this: we spend way more time.
Hmm.
Let's say if you go to a restaurant, you the time spent approaching the facade and the time spent on the inside of the restaurant is very disproportionate and very much in favor of interior design, not the
Hmm.
architecture you see around, right?
Hmm.
But let's say uh, what I read in a very recent study from 2025 is
Hmm.
that architects, when asked what they wish for the future, many of them answer that they wish for closer collaborations with interior designers, which I think makes a ton of sense, given that this collaboration can actually make sure that both complete each other and
Yeah,
create
they
something
complete each
even
other.
better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what's your favorite part about interior design? Like, do you have
Mm.
something favorite, or is it the whole process?
For me, it's like maybe the first step, which is like mix the creativity and trying to solve a problem. So it's a very tough thing for me, because you have a thing that you need to solve, at the same time you need to be creative. And if you are like balancing emotions and function, because function is very important in interior design, and at the same time the light and the materials, and you need to tell a story behind these things together. And as well, uh, you need to understand the client very much. So for me, it's like all these together is I it makes me curious, and I want to solve a problem. It's for me solving a problem and being creative. These things together is it's like it's a tough job, but at the same time, it make when you see the output, it's amazing. It's really cool.
So, would you say you prefer the cases when you have an actual, let's say, family, let's say a villa or something,
Hmm.
and you have clients that
Yeah,
give you, let's say, a certain constraints, a certain frame to work within, rather than, let's say, the case as we have with our interior design
yeah,
exercise, which is the case where, the client just drops an empty floor plan and says, make nice interior design,
yeah.
but you don't have those constraints of a family. Does it make it more difficult this way, would you say?
I can say yes, because first we don't have a client. Because for me, client is going to frame us more, because we need to understand what he likes, what he don't, what he prefer as style or colors. So we don't have a client, so we need to figure out this by ourselves. um so that's that's the hard part, because usually when you frame yourself within the client preferences, it's going to be kind of easier for us. But now we kind of have the freedom, which is cool, but not very cool,
Yeah.
because like you need to just do whatever you want. So it's going to, I mean, I prepared something for the exercise, but I was thinking, we don't have a budget, we don't have a client, we don't have maybe the only thing that I see in the exercise is the apartment is a bit small. So for me, this is what we are going to, let's say, frame the exercise is just the apartment being small. So we are going to rely on this as a cons, because we need to have the pros and the cons. So I think maybe the size of the apartment could
Okay,
be,
this is the problem to solve. It's usually the clients, now it's the
yeah,
size.
now
Okay,
it's
I understand. I hope that none of your clients are listening here. But yeah, no, I get it. Too much creative freedom can also be difficult to handle
yeah, yeah,
because you need something stable to
yeah,
orient to or something like this.
yeah,
And if there is nothing, there are like too many options, too many ways to go. But at the same time, this is unfortunately exactly what happens many of the times. This is exactly what I have been through multiple times in my career. Just clients reaching out, developer reaching out, giving me an empty floor plan and saying, make some nice interiors. And
yeah,
there is no client in this case, like this one family who wants this and that. There,
yeah,
it's just everything I was getting was make nice images so that I can sell those apartments. So they need to be generic, but not like personality. They need
hmm,
to be appealing to a wider audience, but once again, not too generic. So it's a
yeah,
tricky thing. So maybe getting the apartment's size and it not being possible to go with everything because it won't fit this
yeah,
type of scale is maybe a good way to start.
yeah, I think so. And let me share.
Please do. Yeah, this would have been my next question. How would you approach interior design? And it's great if you would share
Yeah,
your
I
screen.
want to share my screen, but the thing is, I there's some stuff that I wanted to say previously, and I I just skipped. Wait,
You can always say it.
do wait. Sorry, do I need
It's an open
to?
agenda here. I'm following a plan, but
So because can you see my screen?
uh, welcome to my world.
Yeah,
Yes,
because I was planning to. Okay, we can talk about that now, because
sure, everything.
so usually I present my recent 3D things, but because of the exercise, I was like, oh, okay, what I'm going to present for Theo's show, something specific. And I had the idea to present some previous projects that I made, but they were kind of related with interior design the most for me. And I remember Make a Wish. I made this project back, I think, in 2020, maybe.
I love
Yeah.
this project. This is my favorite project of yours.
Oh,
Just so
merci.
fantastic.
Thank you. So this project was, as you can see, the style was very simple, minimalistic, Scandinavian, but I tried to add some colors, and I added this blue for the balloon, is like pastel colors, some yellow, and as you can see, you can find the same blue or yellow in every scene, and wasn't random because I wanted to create something more contrasty, vibrant. There is always a dominant thing in the render, and in this case, we have colors. That's why I chose this project to represent it today. um, Second project was the Odyssey. This project is was inspired by the interior designer Kelly Wensler, and in this project, I wanted to do something different. So I chose um, different materials, and I wanted to create something more sophisticated. So I chose these earthy tones, and I tried to mix and blend some different like materials. And I remember the first idea came when I found this texture online, and I was like, okay, from this texture, I need to create something design, luxurious, specific, sophisticated, and that was the final project because it makes different styles, colors, forms as well, and you can feel it's luxurious. So this is Odyssey. As you can see here, the color palette as well. And this is Floraison store. This is a real store in Tunisia. But I didn't help in terms of interior design, but I helped the other interior design in terms of like rendering. But she was relying on my render so she can choose the right materials. So this project is so important for me because I remember it was my first mood board back then, but it helped the architect very well, and we choose this wood type of wood and the blend of the gray stone for the flooring. So this project was as well focused on interior design. So that's why I wanted to present these three projects just to get inspired for the exercise.
I love the
Um,
story behind the last one. Just let me throw this in
yeah.
quickly because it is. I love it when renders actually aren't there only for selling purposes as a part of the marketing
Mhm.
input and talks, but also a part of the decision making when it comes to conceptualizing interiors or exteriors or architecture in general or other things, project design, automotive, where you see something and then you don't spend the time and the resources to make it happen only to find out that some things don't work. You try it out in 3D, you figure out what works and what doesn't. You can experiment very easily, very quickly, and then you can make the right decisions. This is lovely.
Yeah, it's fantastic because sometimes even in your mind you have the right materials and colors, but when you mix them and start doing the 3D and put them there, it doesn't work. So we have, at least with 3D, we have that, first kind of draft that you will see, oh, these materials that can work together, not. So yeah, 3D renders, they does the job, and this project is one of the things that I learned from there, that we need to try 3D renders, and they can help interior designers in terms of like choosing their materials, and they finalize like the last step being 3D, and after you can figure out what you are going to do later on. Okay, this is what I was going to talk about.
Yeah,
I
do.
mean, yeah. So 3D Disciple magazine. I had the honor to be in this magazine. Thank you, Nigel, if you are watching me. Merci.
Nigel is here, totally here to support you.
Yeah, of course. And I had the chance as well to be a speaker in different events. I don't know why I'm talking about that now, but I missed to show you guys some of a part of my life. So 3D London was the first event that I was a speaker. Second one was Kiosk Meetup, and CGBG Bulgaria was the last one. And community. Um, Community for me is something super important. Theo, can you see the heart shape or no?
Absolutely, immediately, of course.
So for me, yeah, so connection and 3D community is something super important. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for being very nice people. I love you all, and that's it.
And we love you, and it's awesome that you show this. Of course, the power of community. This is why we have the campus. This is why we have CG Connect and all the other beautiful communities. Hablamos Chaos, and
Yeah,
every community is cool. Whatever.
yeah, community
The
is
VW Art
amazing.
Club.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's
community is
just,
super nice, honestly. And
yeah, it's crucial for us, I think. But it was also very interesting to see you being in front of an audience, because you always say that you are shy. And this
I
is
am
once
shy.
again, yeah, of course. But this is once again one of those examples where most likely in front, before going in front of this audience, you had your self doubts, you were anxious and stuff,
Yeah,
but you still did it.
yeah. I remember my first 3D London. I met Nigel, and it was horrible because I couldn't speak English properly, and I was like super shy what I'm going to say. But the good thing, I met a lot of people at 3D London because and tomorrow there is 3D London, by the way, if anyone wants to join us. So
All of us, but it's kind of far away.
I know. But the thing is, it is so important. Community is something super crucial, and connection is very good. So wherever you want to, how to say, start a community in your country, just do it. Connection is important and is the fuel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is about community, and let's talk about interior design.
Oh,
Okay,
this is
so
now it gets even more interesting.
of
But yeah,
course,
this last sentence was for you, dear Amit, because I don't know if you've seen the posts, Ines, but Amit is currently creating a local
E-
community in Mumbai,
that's
and
amazing. Yeah, I
it
saw that.
yeah, it was like 4 guys, then it was 6 or 7 guys the next meetup, and I'm sure he will be able to grow it big, and I'm sure following his example, and not only his but also all the other meetups that we have, being it 3D London, the Beam event in Berlin, or whatever, the Chaos Connect days. I hope that many start, if they don't have something around, start their own local communities like the Sri Lankan guys do. They're doing a fantastic job. They support each other so amazing. So yeah,
That's so
community
cool.
and local support are important. Of course, we also have the digital support, our network online, which is also amazing. But if you can also have something local, do it as well.
Yeah, for sure. I saw the post of Amit, and I want to say just do it. Good luck, and I'm so happy for them because it's super important to have a community. I mean, nearby, because it's going to be easier to meet and to talk about the things that you like, and having people around you um, having the same problems, or having
Yeah.
the same let's say things that you like. It's super cool because you understand each other and you help each other.
Yeah.
So good luck, Amit, and all the rest of the group. And yeah.
Yeah. Now, please continue with your interior design. I don't want to interrupt you, but yeah.
So this exercise for Theo.
Uh,
So I want just to ask you, for you, which line looks longer for you, and which circle as well looks larger? Don't think a lot, just answer.
well, I have kids, so I know the answers, but yeah, it is true that the top line looks longer, even though they both are
Yeah.
equally long.
So yeah. So why I chose to talk about this, because I want to talk about the optical illusion, which is super important in interior design. And our exercise needs these tips to make it nice and look the apartment look larger. So we are going to talk about optical illusion, because our brain is surprisingly easy to trick, and that's why there is interior design. So especially when things comes to size, it's so easy to trick our brain. So for our case and our exercise, we need to start. I mean, we need to. It's not like an obligation, but it's cool to do. Specifically, if we have, as I said, a small space to decorate. So the first thing is we can start with a one focal point, which is in these two examples. We can see here the lights and the frame. Um, so it's just like the illusion change depending on what's around the space, and the furniture, whatever it is here in this case, uh, it makes the room. I mean, the strong element can give direction for the rest of the room. So you are not going to see the room small, but it's going to look bigger.
Yeah.
You can see like these very big furniture. For you, the space is gonna look smaller, but no, because we are going to have a dominant piece, which is in this case these two. So we can have this in the exercise. The second thing is to add height, and we can have that like here in these two examples. It can be the wall paper can be very like small.
Vertical.
Sorry.
Vertical, or is it the
Yeah,
size of the stripes?
it needs to be vertical to make the space look bigger.
Taller.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
here, and we can do small patterns or big patterns. And by the way, small patterns is just to make the space looks calm and quiet. But on the other side, big patterns can look more energetic, loud, and but we can have these patterns to have our space bigger as well. Here we have an example of this bookshelves. It's like vertical. Same here for the wood planks. So yeah, so we can have like trying to make illusion with these vertical lines to look longer, and as well it can add some elements to the room. Third thing is trying.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Your sister is there, and she
Yeah.
commands "beautiful sister" with three
Oh,
hearts, just so
merci.
you know.
Oh, which one? Which sister? I have four.
Emira,
Ah, Emira, as usual. Emira, I love you so much.
just so you know. But if you go back to the stripes
Yeah.
for a second, Once again, we recently, I think it was on Discord, we talked about how much theory is also important, not only doing stuff and figuring it out by rendering, by
Yeah.
trial and error, but also knowing some theory. Just in this small example here, adding
Hmm.
height through forms and patterns, you see, first of all, we have the vertical pattern, which adds height
Yeah.
to a space, and then the way it looks, like being it a small pattern or a big pattern, already also makes a difference.
Yeah.
So it's a second layer of meaning here. It's just such a big philosophy and so much
Yeah.
theory behind it that I think people should actually know. This is why we're dedicating so many of the shows in the first half of the year to interior design and to depicting it and visualizing it, so that people get a bit more of the theoretical knowledge behind this and not only learn it by doing.
Yeah, for sure. And this is like very good example because it makes, I mean, these, let's say, bookshelves, it is like it draw the eye upwards as well, because the eye travel up with these vertical lines, and the space always feels taller. So I mean, in these two examples is like the really is a very perfect example for this, to make the space look higher and taller.
And would you say smaller, like more confined spaces, like our interior
Yeah.
that we are currently dealing with for the exercise, are the type of space where you recommend using vertical lines or vertical patterns to
Yeah, we
make it look
can,
smaller?
yeah, we can use this in the bedroom or in the living room. So it is going to look taller, and the ceiling is gonna feel higher as well.
Okay,
Um, so the third thing, it's don't ignore negative space. Here I wanted to say emptiness sometimes is cool and makes the environment look luxurious and expensive, as well with these curves, as you can see here. So trying not to put a lot of stuff in the space and trying to make it breathe. So it's going to create something super. It makes the eye relaxed and not because when the space is very crowded, it looks smaller. So when we have some, less crowd, let's say, the space looks super comfy and luxurious. So the negative space is an important thing as well.
got
Um,
it.
Fourth thing, which is mixing textures but not colors. In this case, I have two different things. Here, we've been mixing materials together, but it feels so nice. But in this example, as you can see here, it's like a lot of patterns, but it's not matching. Here,
Yeah,
as you can see, a very like big patterns on the sofa, but we have a very calm and kind of minimalistic um,
surroundings. Yeah,
surrounding. Yeah. So we need to balance. We need the balance because a lot of patterns make the space super crowded. But at the same time, if you have one sofa, I mean, with patterns, and the rest of the space is more calm, so we need some balance. But in this case here, as you can see, we have different materials, not a lot of colors, but materials is fine. Here as well, we have colors that matching with the materials. So that's the thing. You need to have colors that matching with the materials to make that balance. Um, Here as well, which is super important because we need to pay attention to the direction of the flooring, specifically the flooring, because we often think is not important the direction of the flooring, but it is important and makes visually the image or the space longer. So because the eye naturally follows the lines, So we need to be careful about the direction of the flooring. Um, Here is a tiny tip, which is we need to decorate, let's say, the tables or beside table with different heights decorative things, because it works beautifully with the space. So as you can see here in this example or here, so it's a really cool tip.
I hate that part, I gotta admit.
Why? It's a very cool one,
Yeah,
honestly.
I know you enjoy it. This is why we collaborate on this project together.
And it is important because if you are going to have one small object on the table, it's not going to look nice as well. So you need to have some balance in the space.
Ines, there is
Mhm.
a question to your fifth point by Amit
Yeah.
about, let's say, our exercise interior. What would you recommend? Longer or wider look
Yeah,
for, let's say,
longer.
the main
Longer, of
space?
course. Longer to make the space feels more to follow the line. So we need it to be longer for our exercise.
Okay.
Um, this is a really cool tip, which is to use mirrors and reflection, because it's super important. It's a strong tool having a mirror in the space, because I think it makes the space brighter and larger, and because the brain reads reflection as an extra depth. um, I know it's there is no more space, but we can trick the brain and make it think is there is double the space. So it's really cool to have big mirrors on the whole wall, or we have like here in the here or here or even here. So mirrors, they can trick the brain, and they are a strong tool, honestly, to create more depth in the space.
Yeah, and it mustn't always be mirrors. It could be just reflective, very reflective surfaces like
Yeah.
we see on that
Yeah,
kitchen island, for example.
because it bounces the light as well around, and specifically if you have like here a window, so it's really cool. It can make a big difference as well. But big mirrors, why I said big mirrors, because it's gonna look luxurious and nicer in the interior design. If you want to have, let's say, a luxurious space, um, we can use this as well in the hallway in the exercise. If
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally needed, I think.
yeah. um, so eighth point, which is curtains. I think instead, yeah, of hanging the curtains like here in the window, we can push them all the way to just make it to have these vertical lines, and to make the space again longer and feel wider as well. So we can combine all these points for the exercise. They are very, they are small tricks, but they can do the work, honestly, because I think interior design, we need to learn these things to make our 3D renders better.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Yeah. I have something else to say about interior design. It's just some tips that I wanted to share with the community. Some next thing is these things, which are the principle of design that I really rely on these in every project, which is we need to have balance in our renders, balance, harmony, contrast, all these things together. They make the output and the final result look cohesive and comfortable for the eye, and makes the space beautiful and all together. So we need to have all these in the exercise, Mr. Tio. It's super important.
Okay.
Next thing, which is colors, and the tips here to always choose colors on opposite side of the color wheel, like here in this case. And I took two examples, two different examples here. As you can see, all the room is kind of butter yellow, and
But yellow.
yeah.
I'm calling it like this from now on. Okay. It's good.
Oh, so you didn't know that butter yellow was the trend of last year? Was the
No, I'm checking.
color trend of last year?
I'm always checking the trend colors, but I didn't know it's called butter
Yeah,
yellow. But
it's butter
I
yellow.
like the depiction because everyone can immediately imagine something under it. But yeah, maybe it's a bit too buttery on the
Too
left side.
buttery. Exactly. So because it's too buttery, we added a really lovely lavender pastel color here, so it makes it looks nicer. Same for the example two, which was all green, and we added this lovely pinkyish color to make this contrast. So yeah, so these are these some tricks. Here is just no, it's just me writing down some because I wanted to have different type of marble in the apartment. And I was thinking maybe the client, I mean, not client, but because some people they are afraid of expensive stones, which is one of them is marbles. I was thinking sometimes you don't need to buy expensive things, but with a different type of painting you can have a very luxurious result like these. So yeah, it's just an extra tip.
It's a very valid point, by the way, because I think if you are, let's say, as our exercise is, you are doing something which is like a apartment block. So it's one of the apartments in that block that then people will move in, will rent and something. So these people aren't like Hollywood celebrities with
Yeah,
millions. There are people who probably, I mean, some of them may be able to afford marble,
yeah,
others not so much. So maybe going for a, let's say, more modest interior is probably a good idea because, yeah, obviously we can also cover everything in gold and turn it into a Trump Tower, but I don't think this is a very good idea in this particular case. So what you're just saying here with marble, maybe not using marble, but still using means which give a classy look without using expensive materials or
yeah,
pieces of furniture is definitely a very good tip, in my opinion.
yeah. And I try to make a mood board, kind of. It's the first draft. See here is the first draft for the
So,
mood.
my friends, this is new to me as well, even though we're working together on this one. So, it's a premiere for you
Yeah,
and
I
for
wanted
me.
to surprise you because I was working in the background.
Okay, nice. I love these surprises.
No, but as you can see here, it's just first draft. It's the start, okay? It's just the start. Uh, because I was super excited about the exercise, and I wanted to just put the stuff that, as me, Ines, I can see in the apartment. And what I like as an interior designer and 3D artist. It's just what I like. So the first draft is always like that. For me, when I'm going to do an exercise or a 3D, let's say a 3D render, this is Ines what actually do. First thing, I go to Pinterest, which is my favorite and still forever my favorite website to be inspired from.
But
Honestly.
aren't you annoyed with how much AI stuff is
Yeah,
is
and
there
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah. It's so annoying. but I'm trying every time to not look to any AI thing. Just
They need a filter. Like I was on Pixabay, I think yesterday, and Pixabay does have a filter. It's like computer generated stuff or AI generated stuff and like man made stuff or something, which I think is fantastic because um, I also like Pinterest a lot, but at some point it feels like every image there is AI. And
yeah,
when it comes to gathering references, I personally prefer actual photography rather
yeah,
than AI.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I didn't say go to ChatGPT to find. I
Yeah,
mean, it's up to you, but this is me. What I usually do, I love to go to Pinterest because I feel lost there. I love that, and it gives
yeah,
me every time more and more interesting results. So I start with collecting what my eye like and what I want to, let's say, what I want to produce as an interior designer, not as a 3D artist. If I'm going to work, I mean, if the focus on the interior design, okay? So I just collect some examples that I feel they can fit on. So let's say, as you can see, everything is colorful, which is my
yeah,
personality, and I love that. So I was thinking maybe we can, because we need to start with the style, and the style that I can see maybe is mid-century or retro kind of style. In the same time, I really want this exercise or the interior of the exercise look luxurious and posh. I don't know why, because it gives me these vibes. I don't know why. Because as well, I don't want to do minimalistic things. I mean, because it's everywhere. So I wanted
yeah.
something different, honestly. So as you can see here, I really like these colors, the textures, or maybe, oh, see, butter yellow.
Oh yeah, this is why I
Okay,
didn't know
butter
it. It's
yellow.
in our on our mood board. And by the way, my friends, for those of you who are seeing this, this is how Ines and I collaborate. We have a Miro board where we can just share ideas, where we have our all the visuals regarding this project we gather at one and the same place so that we can discuss them, so that one can add at any time. And as you know, I also urge you or encourage you to also work in teams or however you please, just in order to make this thing happen and to get the most out of it. And I think it's actually fantastic that Ines decided to share our workflow
Yeah,
or to show our workflow. This is what we wanted to do. We'll be also be doing it in future, also from time to time on
yeah.
Discord, where we'll be showing you our mood board or how our interior is developing, because this is part of the mentorship that you get here on the campus. And I think it's fantastic that we hear from an actual interior designer, how she thinks,
Previously,
how
it
she
hurts.
approaches things. Yeah.
But I love that. Yeah, sorry. Keep going.
No, it's just
Yeah.
as it is. This is why I
Yeah.
collaborate with you, also because I really dig spending time with you and fooling
Oh, thank
around
you.
and stuff.
Same for me. Thank you so much.
But
Yeah.
it's just your expertise as an interior designer here. And we talked about this colorful interior. This is something which
Yeah.
actually Ines and I discussed in the beginning,
Yeah.
that nowadays everything is beige, vanilla, and all of this.
Yes.
And we're kind of tired of this.
Exactly. Yeah. We wanted something different, and I was like, okay, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And so again, so the thing is, every time when I wanted to create a new 3D project slash interior design project, the first question is how I'm going to make this space more interesting. This is the first question that I ask this question every time to myself. Is it a wall treatment, or is it going to be wallpaper, or is it going to be the floor type, or is it a focal point, or how I'm going to make this space interesting and cozy? or luxurious, or what's specific in this space. So it's, as you can see, all we started with this empty space. You don't have anything, and this is the first draft that I'm going to share with Theo later on, because I wanted to make a surprise for him. That I'm not a lazy
Ta-da!
person and I have work, but I did it.
Yeah,
So,
that's fantastic. I'm surprised and in a positive way. So it was surprise for
oh,
a surprise to me.
amazing!
Yeah, of course. I
You
I
didn't
I have a
expect this,
hard
no?
time with this. I have a difficulty, with creating, like what you did here. I think you can create way quicker and way more focused than I would. I would just get lost in millions of options and alternatives, and it seems like you already have a vision, which is fantastic, and we can then have a base to talk about, and foundation to work with. It's
Perfect.
fantastic.
Perfect. Okay, so first, so we wanted to have colors because living without colors is like living without love. So that's why we wanted to do something different. And because as well, every time we scroll on social media, we found the same style: minimalistic, Scandinavian, boring. I'm not saying is a bad style or something that you can't do it in the future, or your client if he's asking about that. No, but I'm talking about t- just experiment new things as a 3D artist, because it is super important to try new things. And uh, because you need to stay curious and to try other things and to take risks, because it's super important to grow and to evolve.
And you
So
need to stand out. It's a sea of vanilla, beige,
yeah,
minimalistic Scandinavian interiors out there.
yeah, just try new things, and things beautifully will happen. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, Theo, about this wall here. Can
Yeah.
we just get rid of it? Do we have columns somewhere, or because okay, if the case we are not going to change it, it's fine. But I had an idea. We can, to make the space bigger, so we can put some glass blocks here and feels more luxurious as well, or we can have it in this way or this style, or with some wood. So it's just an example for people, maybe if they want more inspiration or different things to do. So you can just uh, try this kind of wall here between the kitchen and the dining room, and it's gonna give the space um, like super luxurious, how to say,
Vibe.
yeah,
Feel.
or and
The-
make it larger as well, because we
yeah.
don't want to separate the dining room and the kitchen with a wall. It's gonna look super tiny as well. There is another thing that I want to mention. We can change the doors with sliding doors to make the space and circulation better, specifically here and in the kitchen as well, if
Well, the thing
we
is,
can do that.
right? It's
Yeah,
it's an exercise, okay? Everyone is allowed to do with this model whatever
yeah,
they
i'm
please.
i'm,
Like,
tr- I'm trying to give some ideas to the people that they want to do the exercise.
yeah, I mean, I like to bite the bullet usually and
Yeah,
just go for the hardcore difficulty, just because I think this helps me learn the most. So in this particular case, let's say I imagine this real life scenario where the
yeah,
client hands me over this floor plan that you see that you're showing here on Miro. Um, I won't be able to remove this wall, so I'll have to work with it being there, even though I fully agree that something transparent there would make the room feel larger and all of those things that you just
yeah.
said. But I will try to work with it just in to increase the difficulty
Hmm.
for this exercise. But at the end of the day, everyone who can download this model and do with it whatever they please. So
Yeah,
if you download it and you're like, I don't care about this, exercise being realistic, I just want to make a good interior, then definitely open the kitchen, because it is just the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Um, So
Yeah.
it's up to the people,
Okay.
and up to we decide. It's not a challenge. It is not a real project. It is a simulation of a project. So if you want a full experience, keep the wall. If you just want a good interior, which is totally legit, then remove it and do whatever you please.
Yeah. Perfect. It's just some interior tips that you can maybe, if you have a client or you want some inspiration, it's really cool to have something like that in this area. Yeah. So here as well, I try to put some nice living rooms that I feel they can look amazing in the apartment. Uh, as I said, is more like mid-century retro style.
Love it. I love it really.
Oh, thank you. Here as well, I really like the contrast of the colors. I can give a really cool, um, how to say that? A really cool. Um, I didn't find it. So yeah, as well here. Ah, okay. This part here, I really liked it. It's just we can use it here in this space, in this tiny
This
space.
is what the mirrors are for, right? This place needs to be extended. This interior
Yeah,
or entry area
the
is so
entry.
small and confined. We
Yeah,
need to visually enlarge it.
yeah. It can give the space really cool vibes as well. Um, Here I just wanted to have some like a tiny visual separation with some nice furniture here. We can maybe, if you want, of course, to separate the dining room and the living room. It's just some ideas that came out. As well for the bedroom, I quite like this style. It's different, colorful, vibrant, and the same time it's kind of luxurious, so it's going to fit very nicely in the apartment. The desk area, I really like this one. It's cool. We
Yeah.
can use the colors or we can just get inspired from this. The textures as well here, as you can see, uh, it gives other vibes, honestly, that I can't see lately on 3D renders. Like, I can see this style, honestly. Same for the bathroom. We can have this orangey blue contrast. It looks modern. Here as well, we can mix some textures. Yeah, this is more basic here. And yeah, the contrast of the green, olive, and blue and wood is amazing. Marble as well.
Now I'm really hyped. I gotta say. Now looking at those inspiring references, I'm really hyped to work on this, and I hope this is also the impact on everyone watching this, because you see how many options you have and how interesting you can make a space. This is what Ines said in the beginning. With the interior design, you have the power to change the visual impact of a space, the emotionality of it, and you see on all of those images how different things can be. And a space which is now, if you see in the middle of this, some room impressions that are completely boring because it's just a clay model,
Yeah.
but you see how
Yeah.
awesome it can turn out. um, Amit has a question. He says, are these references in respect to German interiors or just because they're visually nice they're being selected?
Honestly, because it's the first draft, so it's cool to have whatever you want to see in the space because you need to be inspired. We are not going to say this is the final thing. It's just the first mood board. It's to collect what you want to create in the space. Maybe
And
after
what
we
you like?
exactly what you like, and maybe after we are you are going maybe to use only, let's say, the color of this table or this type of chair. You are not going to do everything, so it makes the things more clear if you just first start to select what you want to see in the space or what you want to aim to have as a final result. But we are not going to say this is the final thing that we are going to have. This is the first draft.
This is the mood draft, kind of like,
Yeah,
it's
the first
we
mood board. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we want to have color, so we get us some references of colorful interiors that we both enjoy. Now, this is the pre-selection, or this is the selection from
Yeah.
Ines. At some point, we'll sit together and we'll select those of the images or the references that we both actually like, and then we can see how we can relate it to this specific interior
Yeah.
and to this specific location. But first, you start up with the brainstorming, so to speak, and this is like a visual brainstorming. This
Absolutely.
is
Yeah.
what it is. It doesn't need to be German right now. It
Yeah.
needs to
For
just give
now,
us some
we're
time.
it doesn't. Yeah, it's just the first mood board that we prepared. Yeah.
And there is a follow-up question by Danushka. So are you going with a mix of larger selection of styles, or are you going to narrow it down to one or two in the process?
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe to, in the end, to select two different styles, and we will figure out later on how we are going to mix them. But I think as I said, maybe mid-century style and retro could be, or maybe we are going to rely on three main colors and one style. So it depends what we are going to do. But for now, yeah, this is the first mood board that I think is gonna look nice in this apartment.
Yeah, this is the things, like, we're having this mood board, and as you see, we said that we don't have this time the clients that give us those constraints and the frame on the project, but what Ines was showing in the beginning, all of those tips, all the optical illusions, all of those rules regarding interior design, these could be the constraints that we will be using together with the style that we pick and the direction that we want to go to. All of those will add into a stack of constraints, and they will build a frame. And then using this frame, we'll go into this apartment or this interior and make it work it out. But
Yeah,
we, in a first step, we give each other we try to define our constraints, which are, of course, the rules of interior design, like
yeah,
the theory behind it, and also what we want to do and what we like to do, which is what you see here with this first visual
yeah,
mood board.
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
So it's a process, and this, once again, we're making you a part of this process, and I love that Ines decided to share this with you today here. And once again, in the future, we will also have some Discord sessions from time to time, where it must be evening sessions because Ines works during the day. This is just the way it is.
yeah.
Um,
Sorry, I wanted to be, I mean, with you guys, but I mean, unfortunately, I have work to do. So maybe in the evening session, if there is Discord session, I can join
we'll
in the
record
future.
them.
Yeah, in the future.
We'll record them
Yeah,
in case people missed us but still want to watch it, and then share them the next day or something. And from time to time, we will show you our progress so that it inspires you and that you can learn from it. You don't have to copy it or something. You just need to be
yeah,
inspired from it and eventually learn something through our process. It will
yeah,
be a back and forth. Let's see how it goes. But you see the very first steps,
yeah,
our mood board, our gathering of data, and all of this.
yeah.
And we
I'm
hope
gonna
that we
stop,
inspire you
of
with
course.
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing. If
Yeah, you can stop sharing, and I can. Oh, here I am. I'm back, and I'm in a zombie mode again. Let me fix my camera
I'm
again.
back,
Yeah, it was only you visible.
it was only you visible.
Yeah, I made you in a small round window so that your screen is better visible. People have seen me tons of times already. They won't be missing seeing me once more.
Okay.
But this was really, really fantastic. Thank you so much for this. I had a question here, like a follow-up question.
Mm.
How do you pick the style you decide to go with? Is it just what you feel like doing, and then you pick the style that suits it, or do you decide you want to go with that style and see how it will turn out? What's first, the eye or the chicken?
Um, because before we've been discussing the what we want, and I thought, I don't know, but I felt like we need something with colors and we need something different. And I start scrolling on, as I said, Pinterest, and this idea of mid-century retro style just I was like, okay, this is what we need. This is what we are going to do in this apartment, and I can feel it's gonna look nice.
I think so too. And by the way, if people, let's say you were showing us a bit of theory that
Yeah,
you've probably learned throughout your study
yeah.
times, um, is there something, obviously, if people need to properly learn interior design, they probably have to go and study it. But is there, let's say, are there other sources of learning and inspiration that you can recommend? Maybe this one Bible of interior design book or whatever, something.
Um, how to say that? Well, for me, yeah, course specifically with interior design is crucial, honestly, because from my experience, by the way, I the plan wasn't to study interior design because the first year at uni was we study interior design and graphic design and product design. And the end of the year, we have to choose one of these to finish the studies. And I was between the graphic design and the interior design. And I chose the interior design because I feel like graphic design, I'm going to learn it in the future, and it's not, I want something different. And honestly, studying interior design is different, and it takes, it's another mindset. And studying interior design, it's very important. I'm not gonna say, oh, just read that book or uh, take a look on YouTube, or because like architecture is the same thing, but it's like in a different way. So you can learn architecture from just one book or from
Yeah,
one YouTube tutorial. It's the same thing. So I guess maybe if you want to learn tips, or you can yeah, you can read books or you can watch YouTube videos. But for to be an interior designer, I think you need
properly study.
to study interior design.
Yeah, I mean, I see that I've bought a few books also on theory and some books which are like albums of great
Yeah,
interior design projects and examples. And obviously, it's clear that this book cannot
but
be a
it
substitute
helps, of
for.
course. No, no, it's for someone who wants to have more, let's say, to more ideas about interior design, but not to have it like a job or to,
Yeah.
do you know what
Yeah,
I
I think
mean?
it's about
Is
3D artists, who from time to time are tasked with this. There are
yeah,
situations where the interior design is already done and you only have the task to
yeah,
visualize it. That's okay. But even then, this rule that you showed us, like if you have decorative artists, you have those three items like irregular numbers and all of those things.
yeah,
Um, Even if the interior design is predefined, oftentimes you still need to do all the decorational stuff and all of those things. So yeah, I would recommend
and
just investing in some books and
yeah,
looking at references and
yeah, of
trying to
course,
analyze them and
yeah,
see what makes them good.
yeah, for sure, yeah, references, and fashion as well. Fashion is related to interior design, I guess, because it's about colors, and same accessories as well for fashion. You can use that instant feeling into fashion as well, same as interior design. It's like super related, honestly, fashion and interior design. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I want to just, what I'm going to wear today. I need something balanced. So I go on Pinterest and I found some references that I can wear really, let's say, nicely contrasty outfit. So for me, interior design is and fashion as well. They complement each other.
Nice. Never done this in my life. I just take some clothes. But yeah, in future I'll go to Pinterest in the morning and see what I can put on today. I hope they have a
Oh,
section of black clothes. But anyway, there is a very interesting question by Amit here. he says project design is also cool. Why not that one? So many different projects and their designs and animations. Why weren't you attracted towards
I
project
don't
design?
know. I don't know. It was very tough back then. I don't know why I didn't like it. And it was super. Um, I don't know how to say that, but it was a bit different from what I wanted in the future, and it wasn't the thing that I was looking for. And interior design, I liked the what we had as course about interior design and graphic design. I don't know as well why I back then. I'm talking about 15 years ago, by the way. So I'm not the same person anymore. Maybe now product design is gonna be cool, but back then I remember I was like, no, I'm not gonna choose product design. I remember an exercise was super tough and I had a very bad mark. That's why I was like, no, I'm not gonna choose that.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice though. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not
in the
regretting.
meantime, the comment section is very fun. Like it's
Very fun.
you really need to go through the comment section after the
Yeah,
show is
because
done
I can't see
because
anything. If anyone, for now,
they're
I can't see any
wilding.
comments.
But yeah, I mean they're having a good time. Like it's as a
Enjoy.
birthday party should be. People are having a good time currently, making jokes about this why men are so quick with putting on their clothes and
I
people.
took ages to choose my clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can you recommend an interior designer, or do you have a
Yeah, yeah.
favorite
I have
interior
a
designer too?
I mean, hope. Okay. One of my favorite interior designer is Kelly Westler. She's, as I said, I was inspired. She's a
Can you
product.
share your screen and maybe show her for a second, just so
Well,
or her work?
I was inspired by her work for the Odyssey. Wait, just one second. She's an American interior designer, and she's um, just one second. I need to share my screen. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So her work is she's a product designer as well. So she made these collection. This is the recent collection that she did. She she likes fashion as well. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to find some project. So this is residential. Let's see this one. Yeah, so it's more like maximalist style, posh. Yeah, she has
Nice
really
stuff.
cool stuff and very expensive items as well. But I
Yeah.
really like her work.
You don't seem to be the only one. I see here the comments by Danushka and Ulfat saying they love her work,
Oh,
calling her a legend.
oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm not the only one. I like her work so much, honestly. She's one of my favorite interior designers. Yeah, projects. Let me see if she has in retail. This is, yeah, this is really cool one as well. So
Very
yeah, I
individual
really,
style. That I like this.
yeah, I really recommend to take a look on her website. She's really cool, honestly. And as I said before, my one of my the Odyssey, the green one, was inspired by her work. Yeah, it's
Nice.
really cool. She's really cool interior designer and product designer as well.
I think yeah, this is I ask about this because I think it's really cool to have, let's say, some type of virtual reference mentors or something. Some artists whose work you enjoy very much and whose work and principles you follow, and interpreting your own work. Like I remember while studying architecture, it was so often that we learn how a certain architect was inspired by somebody else and try to implement their principles into their work and all of this. So yeah, definitely have your favorites, your mentors, the people you look up to and whose teachings you follow. I think it's very good for developing your own style and taste.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you it's cool to have some inspiration, and as I said before, go to Pinterest, try to find some inspiration and do the work.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree. We have here a question by Nigel. Do you have a, let's say, a favorite material to visualize? Is it marble?
Not marble. For sure, not
Well,
marble. I love wood. I
to
love wood.
visualize, but marble is tricky though. Marble with the subsurface scattering and stuff could
Yeah,
look
it's
amazing.
tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. I like marble, but I prefer to see wood on my CGI.
Okay,
I don't know
totally
why, but
agree.
I love wood.
I love wood as well, so I can totally understand. And okay, it was. Thank you so much for all the input, all those tips, and the whole intro to our project,
Thank you.
showing what we're doing. It's fantastic, and I think I think let's take this as a bit of a transition um, to the next topic we wanted to discuss because it's easy to see your eagerness to share your knowledge, to help others, to support them. And I think this is also the foundation of your upcoming show. Because I think the way I see it, this is your way of helping and supporting other artists by giving them a stage to tell their story and then sharing their story with all of us as a form of inspiration and motivation. So please tell us a bit more about Untold Stories.
Untold Story. So Untold Story um, is a show that I'm going to start next week on Tuesday. And my first guest is Muhammad Ali Saleh. He is an architect and he lives in Dubai. He's from Egypt. And Untold Story has started from something from the sudden. It was Kelly Kalina's idea when I was a guest on Nico's show, and she was the one. She sent me a text message saying, "Oh, Ines, what do you think about having your own show?" I was like, "Me? What? Me? No." So I was like, "No, what she's talking about?" But I said yes, just because I want to take a risk and try new thing.
Once
And
again, saying yes, even
yeah,
though you may not feel like it, or yeah,
yeah, it's. I don't know why I said yes, but yes, I was like, yeah, why not? And it's cool um, to have a different point of view and to talk about it because in adult stories we want to talk about not the tools, but we wanted to talk about we want to talk with honesty, and we don't want to talk about the perfect part and the final part, but we want to talk about untold stories. We want to talk about issues. We want to talk about self-doubt, turning points, maybe like something that we didn't plan and it happened, and how, and these small break thoughts or the changes, the sudden changes as well, because we believe that every artist has a different story, and this story can inspire other artists or can inspire new beginners or student that they are going to start doing 3D, and having a similar show can help them to maybe not to do these mistakes, or to think twice about that opportunity, or to maybe as well inspire women in the industry, because some women in the industry, they have kids or they are on maternity leave, or and they are doubting themselves and they don't know what they are going to do with all these things happening with AI, and every day we have something new that we need to learn. So we need to think about all these people, or people don't have, let's say, the opportunity to travel, or people, their countries, they are during, like, bombing and war. So in Untold Stories, I want to talk about these things that maybe hope, I mean, these artists can open up and talk about these things, because they can inspire other people and they can motivate people. Because as well, I think, what we see on, let's say, LinkedIn specifically, it's only these nicely polished things. Oh, I got the job. Oh, I have, I don't know. But no one
Yeah.
talks about issues or struggle or these turning points. And this is what I want to talk in Untold Stories.
It sounds fantastic, and it's really needed because, yeah, this is actually a fantastic continuation to like what we're doing here with showing the process. This is what I always want the Chaos Campus to be, where people actually open up for their process in order for everyone to tune in, help, so that the final stuff, the polished result that you show everywhere on LinkedIn or whatever, is at its best. And but what most of the times people don't see is the way, the process.
Yeah,
And
yeah. We only see the success. But
yeah,
we don't see the struggle. So I
yeah,
think maybe I don't know. Maybe this show can help some people to just eh, because we are always silent about struggle and burnouts, and maybe it's
yeah.
going to be inspiring for these people to.
Yeah, in success we're all together, in
Of
struggles
course,
we're kind of
yeah,
alone.
yeah,
So yeah, this is why it's not so much talked about. And it's not about being whining about how hard you have it, but it's
yeah,
true that everyone has a different story, and most of the time those stories aren't just a straight line of success and progress.
yeah,
There are ups and downs. There are sometimes things don't work out the way we want them. And hearing this is fantastic because sometimes we see, let's say, a good artist and their work, and we think, oh, they've been born like this. They
yeah,
were a baby and they already in the mama's womb. They already were doing 3ds Max and Corona and stuff. So it's easy for them. Maybe it wasn't
yeah,
easy for them. Maybe they struggled a lot. And putting this out there and saying, hey, it's a struggle, it's normal to struggle, it's normal to be anxious, but you can still do it, is actually highly empowering and inspiring to people.
yeah,
So I'm really looking forward to the first episode. It's going to be in a week, right?
yeah, yeah. Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, 4 p.m.
I think it's gonna be 3 p.m. because we
Okay.
changed the first episode, only the first episode timing.
Okay, good. But we'll make sure to be there and
Yeah, yeah.
watch it. How will it happen, or where? um
All the details you will, we will send you the
okay,
details soon. But on
Nigel says
Riverside,
he'll be there, of
On
course.
Riverside, it's gonna be on Riverside
um Okay,
and
there are many
TVI.
interesting questions here, many interesting reactions. This is going to be a long show. It already is, but people are just. This is why we have this inspiring episode. It truly is one, uh, because I just see the activity in the comments and people just reacting to what we're talking about, what you're talking about. So Ulfat is saying very excited about the show. I've been looking for something like this because we all go through moments of weakness when we want to hear stories for people just like us. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
she's
This
going
is
to
what.
be a guest one day in the show soon. Plutôt soon.
Um, I'll talk her into it.
Yeah, don't say anything, please, Theo.
This is an insider, my friends. Um, anyway, no, ask asks. I want to take the chance and ask, since you're from a neighboring country, what advice do you have for an artist from North Africa who wants to get out and improve and enhance their work?
Nice.
First of all, do people have to get out? Because I think your first guest, he didn't get out. He didn't leave his country. He's in his country of origins, isn't he,
No,
Mohammed?
no, no. He's in Dubai. He's from
Okay,
Egypt.
he got out. Okay.
Yeah, he's from
But
Egypt.
does everyone get out? Because looking at the campus, there are many artists who come from, let's say, not Western countries, who are still in their countries and still have a a lot of success and recognition. Ulfat, for example.
Yeah, she's super.
So
She's
I don't
doing
think that.
an amazing job, and she's yeah. I'm in stay. She's in her country, but some maybe some countries or some projects that are not the best, and maybe my situation was a bit different. That's why I wanted to leave the country, because I worked on really interesting project, really cool hotel project in Tunisia and outside as well. But what I wanted is to have another experience from another way. So I can understand people, they want to have better opportunities, and I
Yeah.
maybe the thing that you can do is just work more on your portfolio and try to make nicer projects, and y- just, you don't know, share your work, and maybe you are going to find an opportunity. So yeah, why not?
We'll talk about this in a minute. Very solid advice. I have a question by Danushka. He says, amazing work, and I'm so glad I tune in for today's show. Thank you so much, Ines and Theo.
Thank you.
What I like to ask is that since you said you worked and then transitioned to a bigger office, have you ever thought about working as an individual artist or a form of a brand company, going solo eventually?
Yeah, so one of the plans was to have my own company in Tunisia back then, not now, with a friend, with my friend Meher bin Zineb. So we were thinking to build our company together in Tunisia, but because of a lot of things, and because I moved to London, but he's like, he's still till today sending me, oh Ines, when we are going to build our company. So it's cool, yeah, to dream to have your own company, but I think for the moment I want to learn more from people and how they manage a company, and how um, architectural is, how to talk with a designer, how to have a team, how to deal with projects, to call clients. So all these things, I need to have a background with all these things, and after, maybe, why not, I build my company. So it needs time, but could happen.
Nigel says Studio Ines would rock. Maybe you can call it
Oh,
Innocence.
yes.
It would be a cool name. Um,
Thank you, Nigel.
of course, it would be nice.
He's
And
the
I
one
think,
pushing me to do this, I know.
yeah, Nigel is a constant support. It's awesome to have you here, Nigel, by the way.
Thank you so much,
And
Nigel, for being here. Thank you.
yeah, it's so many people being here. I see Vessi
Oh,
also
Messi.
commenting, and like your friend Ulfat being here the whole
Olfat.
time, and Amit and
Olfat is
Danush and
always
Amir. And
supporting me. Thank you so much, Olfat, for everything. I love you so much. Vessi as
we
well.
all
Thank you
do.
for
It's
being
easy
here.
to love
I mean,
Ulfat.
if I'm going to name everyone now, it's going to be a mess. But I want to say as well, thank you for Vessi. Thank you so much, Vessi, for being here as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. Fantastic audience as always. You guys really who show up. I know that this show will be watched many times as a recording, and of course we appreciate everyone who takes of their time to watch this. But of course we also want to always give a shout out to those of you who show up for the live sessions, because you make them so
Yeah.
interactive, so lively, and so unique. So thanks for being here, my friends. And yeah, we talked a bit about social media. Oh no, one question about your show. One last question: how can one apply? Can one apply to be your guest, or reach out to you and say, "I have a story to tell. Would you feature me?" How does it work?
Yeah, if anyone can see himself in adult stories or being one of my guests, is he can just DM me or send me an email if he has my email. Send me the DM me on Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I will to contact you later on. Yeah,
Okay, so it is possible. People can reach out and
yeah,
say, "I
for
have a
sure.
story."
Yeah,
Okay,
100%. Yeah.
so, folks, if you have a story that you want to share, if you want to talk a bit about, give a bit of a glimpse behind the curtains of your progress and of your success eventually, and you want people to hear about it, and you want to motivate, inspire others by telling them about your hardships
Yeah.
and that you came on top in the end. This is the person you need to contact, Ines,
Yes.
and you may eventually end up showing up in her show, which would be fantastic.
Yeah. Welcome
So
to
it's
everyone. Yeah.
open for everyone. And Nigel says it's been such a distraction from having to work brilliant. Yeah, it's this is why we do this show. So yeah, enjoy it, Nigel. And it's still not done yet. We still have some topics to discuss. I hope, Ines, do you still have time, or do you have some birthday plans?
Could be, yeah.
You want to go?
No, if you have a question, yeah, yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, a question is not enough. I have questions.
Oh, wow.
Um, No, of course, I wanted to ask you about social media. I think it's a very important topic. There was a comment by Nigel, which I copied here so that I can read later.
Mm,
He said, it's also worth saying Ines' exposure on social media led to her already having a community in the UK, which she got involved with straight away. Communities like Chaos Campus serve the purpose to create our creative global community and family.
yeah,
So, like being active on social media is a must,
for sure.
is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I remember as well when I was one of the winners of Chaos competition in 2020. Was one of the, I remember, was so how to say um had a lot of my winning, let's say, in Tunisia was something else. I mean, a lot of people, they were helping me to win. They were sending me messages of support. I remember back then it was something else. And when I met Bessie in Bulgaria and she saw the presentation, she came to me and she said, "Oh, Ines, I remember your work, this the Coldplay scene. I remember how it went viral on social media and how people, they were voting and commenting and like without asking them, by the way. It's just because they liked what I was doing, and they were mentioning Coldplay everywhere. Oh, look, our Ines, she made this 3D work. And yeah, it was something else. And I remember Bessie when she was talking about this. I was like, oh my god, she remembered, because she didn't know that I was the same person in Bulgaria, that she and I, that work is my work. It was so funny. And so I really see that nowadays social media is super important for a 3D artist or interior designer to to be there, and because people needs to see what you are doing. And I feel like promoting yourself nowadays and have your personal brand on social media is super important. Because if, let's say, if you are not going to get a new work or a new job, at least you can have clients and you can work as freelancer just because you are sharing your work. So I think it's super important nowadays to have your own brand and to share what you are doing. And it's going to make you gain new clients every time. And um kind of not famous in a way that famous, but it, let's say it gives you the opportunity to find clients or to find a job or to build a community. Yeah, I think it is crucial nowadays to have social media to promote your work.
And what should one share? Should it only be the finals, or should it also be the work in progress, or
I
just
think
just
no.
showing
Yeah,
presence?
I think the work in progress is so important. Behind the scene is so important. I was always trying to to share work in progress or my work, but I have other stuff to do in my life, unfortunately, because I really want to share more in terms of work on social media, but because of work and responsibilities, I'm not there like 24 hours. But for new starters or people, they are building their portfolio, it's good to have your personal brand and to share the behind the scenes, the work in progress, the final result, and trying to be active on social media, it can help you a lot.
Okay, so it doesn't need to be just polished final
No,
stuff.
no,
It
no.
could just
People
be
they
I
like
work on something.
no at all. People they like behind the scene. They like messy stuff. It's important. The middle thing is super important. They like that, and I can tell sometimes when let's say before when I was like I wanted to post some stuff and the messy thing or people I can tell people send me messages like, oh, how you did this, oh, it's cool, we are all together in terms of like the messy part. People they want to see how you are actually doing and how they don't want to see only the polished final thing. No, they want to see the messy part.
Okay, it seems like this is a trend. We want to talk about the messy part of our creative journey in your show. We want to talk the messy part. We want to show the messy part of our interior design or our exercise here on the campus. It seems like people want to. Maybe people are kind of tired of
Yeah,
this polished fake facade stuff
yeah,
and just want to see how things are and how they happen actually.
I think so, yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, some influencers in recent times have grown quite big by showing how they actually live, not that polished stuff that we're used to and that kind of gives us, makes us feel bad about
Yeah.
our homes not being
Yeah, well, and why
clean,
not me?
spotless.
I'm always I'm traveling every day somewhere, nice places. Like
Yeah,
you feel you doubt yourself at some point. So maybe that's why people now they want to see other people like this messy part on let's say on
yeah.
their everyday work or whatever. So it is,
That's the word, relate. They
yeah,
can
they can
relate. It's
relate. Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And I have a question here by Amit, which I also wanted to ask. Should one be active on all platforms, like, go to Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and stuff? Or should one focus on one platform but try to make it like perfect? Or what would you say works better?
I think it depends, but if you are going to start, I think you have to try to post everywhere, unfortunately, until you find the community that they like your work the most, so you can stick with that platform. um I'm not that professional in terms of all these things. I'm learning, by the way, that's why. Because me as well, I wanted to show more my work and to maybe to talk more about interior design and 3D, because people they keep sending me messages, oh, why, Ines, you don't do content about 3D and about interior design. I don't unfortunately I don't have the time. So I think for new starters it's good to publish whatever you have on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram, on, I don't want to say TikTok, but I mean it's easy to get famous on TikTok. But I really like Instagram as a platform, YouTube as well, LinkedIn. Yeah, so just try first to share on all over social media. Yeah.
And then stick with the one which works. I mean, I still cannot comprehend why out of all platforms for images, exactly Instagram is the one who kind of won out, given how small the images are there. I personally prefer Behance because then you can have
Same.
big images, see all the details. And it seems, if I remember correctly, the episode with Ulfat, she said that she finds clients on Behance. It seems this is the one that works for her. I see Roma, I said
Roma,
it
oui,
correctly.
Roma, yeah.
Roma. Okay, I'll try once again. I see that for him it's also Behance which works. In your case, it's Instagram. So we just need to find our platform and then stick with it. But in the beginning, it's all of them until we filter out the
Exactly.
one or two that work the best.
Yeah, because you
I
have to
see.
build the community on that platform. That's why.
And you just spoke about learning, and I think that commercial life has actually changed a lot. Let's say the generation of my grandparents, they could work one and the same job from the very beginning till they go in pension, and it would be normal. Nobody would
Yeah.
bat an eye. Nowadays, if you're not staying informed, staying up to date, and going with the trends, you are not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
So how do you stay relevant? How do you polish your skills? Do you look for trends, do some reading on this? Do you visit courses? What do you do? Experiment around with stuff?
Um, Actually, if let's say it's hard nowadays, every day you kind of hear about new model in terms of like AI, let's say, or new just things happening around or new software somewhere. So uh, I'm trying to be up to date. I'm not up to date every day, honestly. Sometimes I just want to see news, or um I follow some AI and news content, like 3D content as well. So I'm trying every time, like time to time, to just to put that YouTube video to see what's going on, what's new. But maybe learning, I'm not gonna lie, but it depends on our company, what they want exactly. So let's say lately we are doing a lot of AI stuff and we are learning new models, but at the same time, I'm doing my best to just be on page, let's say.
Yeah.
But it's like every day there's something new. I'm not gonna be up to date every day, but I'm trying to be.
To not fall back, let's
Yeah,
say it like this, or I mean, every day there is, especially when it comes to AI. We can talk about it as a next topic. There is like a new model or whatever new cool thing coming out literally on a daily basis,
yeah,
which is absolutely impossible to follow. But obviously, not all of them work. Not all of them stick around. So maybe we can just wait for those that are, let's say,
yeah.
approved by many people, that people have tested out, tried out, and figured that they work, they did do a good job, and then we can get into them. And obviously we cannot just be up to date with
No,
everything, because then we won't have time to work or
yeah, I
anything.
have life to live.
Yeah, yeah, of course. This is also very important. But yeah, it seems like if I fall out, if I'm not here anymore someday, Amit can really take over, because he asked about if you are like and use AI. This would have been literally my exact next question in my question book here. So, do you like AI and do you use it?
Do I like or
It's a two different questions, by the
yeah.
way. You can use it because you have to, but don't like it, or the other way around.
Um, I It's a bit tricky because in term of, let's say, personal projects, for me, I don't need to use it for now. I need to say always for now because we don't know about the future. But in terms of like my personal projects, I prefer my project to be, nowadays, I want my project to be non-realistic, honestly. I start to feel, because I was running to have a very hyper realistic renders back then, and nowadays I prefer to have that messy renders, and I don't want to make it look realistic. Or I'm fine, I like it wherever it is, because at some point I see a lot of copy paste and a lot of work looks like how to say,
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
same. Like I scroll
like clothes. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
totally
scroll
agree.
on Instagram and on social media, it all looks the same, and I don't like that, honestly. I
Yeah,
prefer to not to do anything, or to just stick wherever I work, and not be involved in this. I quite like kind of the animation side. It's not bad, uh, as well. I prefer the old animation things, but I mean, at work we need to work with AI, and it's not a choice. I have to. So I'm learning AI, but at the same time, if I want to do a project, personal one, I want to stick with wherever I work with
the
now.
classic workflow.
Yeah, yeah, hundred
Yeah,
percent.
I mean, You know,
And it's just a tool. So same at work, we are using AI, but it's just, for example, if you want to change something, or we have a brand that, like last time, client asked for to change the brand placement. Instead of Dior, they want Chanel. So we don't have time to do all these things. So we just use AI, the Photoshop one, Nano Banana, whatever. But in general, if you have time, even in our company, we stick with the normal workflow. But if we don't have time and we need to do this straight away, we have to use AI, because clients, they don't understand you don't have time. They need the final
yeah,
result in just 2 days now.
we just need to make sure that they don't get used to us not giving us enough time and
Yeah,
us having to go for AI.
yeah,
Because I absolutely agree with you. Even though I also use AI for
yeah.
enhancement
I'm
of
not against
materials and
that.
stuff,
Yeah,
um, there is an AI look. There is an AI. Even the videos. In the meantime, even though they were impressive in the beginning, in the meantime, I feel like every AI video is kind of same-ish in a
yeah,
way.
yeah.
So
I can't feel the space anymore. They are putting people everywhere. It's just about people around the space. I can't see the space anymore. I can't
yeah,
understand. Honestly, I'm sorry about that, but it's like every time this topic, I get a bit nervous, because nowadays the animation that people make is just, I can see only people moving around. There is
yeah,
no story behind it. There is nothing. It's just people. And I don't care
yeah,
about people as a person. Let's say if I was a client, I don't care about people moving around in my house. So I can't understand. If you want to put people, at least you need to have a story behind that. It's
yeah.
not just a dog running somewhere and a woman just she she turns out to go to from the bathroom to the bedroom. It's so random. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sorry, I know it's a bit,
It's
but
a
it
technical
annoys me a
fascination, I
lot,
think.
because I see this everywhere.
Yeah, it's like people thinking about that they could, not thinking so much about if they should. It's like, oh, okay, I can do it. I should do it, but actually, oftentimes, more of the most of the times, actually, you shouldn't. Especially for interiors, I don't
Yeah,
really need people. If you have a story to tell and can make it really, really interesting, I think it's cool. It can help. But for example, for our interior, I have some ideas, as I told you in the beginning, where we can use AI in a very interesting way, which would be
yeah.
extremely tricky and um, just a chore to render otherwise. But just having all of those beautiful models drinking a coffee and then suddenly leaving the coffee on the table and
It's so
going away
random.
is just,
It's so
yeah,
random.
it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
But I understand it's a technical fascination. I think at some point it will die out. And also, to the people who feel like it will just replace us because the clients will do it,
The
honestly.
client, he doesn't care about what you use as a tool, by the way.
But no, but
He
take a
wants,
look at, like, in the meantime, Comfy UI. There are courses on it. So at some point, when you need to learn AI, the same way you
yeah,
need to learn Corona and 3ds Max, the clients won't do it because they can also book a
yeah,
Corona
yeah.
course
They
right now,
don't have
right?
time. Clients, they don't have time to learn whatever.
So it may change the way we work, which
Yeah,
may be very
yeah,
unpleasant for many.
yeah. It's changing. Actually, it's a tool. Again, it's a tool, but for me, still not accurate. And
Yeah, yeah.
I can
I also
skip
stick to
it
the
for
old
now.
workflow.
Sometimes I can skip it, but for exterior is cool as well. It's cool. Let's say for exterior, for some exterior is cool, specifically with people moving around outside. Exterior, not inside,
Yeah,
unless you have a
yeah.
story, a good story to tell.
Yeah, but we had anima, we had all of those things. So it's not like it's the only solution that we have. Yeah, and by the way, we had a good reminder by I won't say his name. He's already gone. Please say it, you, Roma.
Ah, Romain. Yeah.
Roma. Okay, so yeah, of course, when it comes to putting your work out there, or at least the final polished version, of course, CG Connect. This is
Yeah.
because there you can connect with actual people who want to collaborate with you. You can find a job. You can gather references by other artists. So of course, this is not a type of maybe social media for finding random clients, but maybe more collaborations and studios you can work for, stuff like this. So of course, check it
Yeah,
out.
CG Connect for sure.
And I have two final questions for you. First one is, you talked at some point, you mentioned work-life balance, which didn't work out for you at a certain point. Do you have it in the meantime? Do you have a good work-life balance in the meantime,
Um,
when you don't have to stick for 2.5 hours with keeping it realistic and use your whole birthday, but
yeah.
on a regular basis?
um, Kind of, yeah. I mean, in general, architecture is not and it's not easy to have a work-life balance in architecture in general. Uh, but sometimes we have a lot of work, like busy times. Like I spend a lot of time at work. Like this week is gonna be busy for me. But in the same time, I try on the weekend to go out and have some rest. Sometimes I just want to stay at home. Doing nothing for me is the best thing ever, just not to think about work or whatever. Surprisingly, in the past, I used to do 3D even during my weekends. Now I can't do that. I feel the time flies. I don't know why. So it's a bit tricky, but I'm trying to find time to myself and to go out and to see people. But it's been super busy the last 2 months for me. But maybe I was going, by the way, to Copenhagen for the weekend, but because I have loads of things, I can't do it. But I'm going home on the next, yeah, the end of month. I'm going home. I'm going to Tunisia for a week. So it's super important to see family and to go home. So at least you can breathe and you come back to work again.
So your
So
work week is dedicated to work, but then the weekend is dedicated to you, your
yeah,
personal
yeah,
life,
100%.
connecting with other people.
Yeah, yeah, hundred
Okay.
percent. Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense. For me, it's the family time. The weekend, people know on the group, on the campus, I'm very active from Monday to Friday, but on the weekend I'm just gone because this is
yeah.
just family time. This is very important.
Yeah, it is very
And
important because you have to have your own time or family time because we have a lot to do and our brain needs just to calm down and think about only you know good things. And for me as
you
well,
need to
photography
recharge.
photography is a good thing because I love photography. And trying to do photography in the meantime makes me relaxed and happy, plus cooking as well. So these two, photography and cooking, for me is something super important and crucial in my life.
Yeah, photography is of course a very cool thing, which is between our work and personal
Yeah, it
hobbies and
helps a lot.
personal like
Yeah,
things we enjoy. So yeah, a great hobby for 3D artists, so that you can enjoy something in your private time, but you can still use what you've learned there for your work.
yeah,
So this is of course a fantastic recommendation. Yeah, okay. And finally, I want to ask you for a your message for this fantastic Chaos Campus community here that you're also a part of yourself. But still, if you have this stage now, what would you say to the people here who show up every day trying to better themselves, sharing their work, getting feedback or providing feedback, um, and of course hoping for a good life, for success?
yeah. So what I want to say first, thank you for being all here and watch it. How many? Yeah, 2 hours now. 30. Oh my
Two
god,
and a half.
nearly 3 hours. Thank you everyone
Yeah.
for watching. And what I want to say: stay curious, experiment, and um, just be. You are surrounded by nice people like Theo. he's doing great job. So um, back then I hadn't the chance to have all these things, CG Connect, nice group like Chaos Campus, all these things, and I was struggling trying to send messages to famous 3D artists to ask them about, oh, why this texture is not going great on my render, why your render looks realistic and mine was not. But nowadays you have Chaos Campus, so you can post your work, you can post your work in progress, you can post wherever you want, and you have straight away a really long and nicely written feedback from Theo and from, sometimes I see other people there as well giving some feedback to other people, which is great. You have Discord to express yourself, to talk. And I wish, and I'm always saying this to Theo, I wish I had all these opportunity before, so I can shine. So you are so lucky, and just use this for like a benefit to build a nice portfolio, and so you can get cool and nice clients, or maybe you can have a really good job wherever you want, inside or outside your country. So use this opportunity for yourself, and share as well the knowledge with other people, because it's super important. When you share what you know with other people, you don't know, maybe the next day someone else can share something as well that can help you in the future. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say.
Couldn't have said it better. What a great way to end the show. Of course, Ulfat, Amit, being very thankful for this episode, loving it, and wishing you a fantastic birthday. And I also want to thank you so much, dear Ines. It was a truly inspiring episode. It was
Thank
what we
you, Theo.
promised. I hope you can enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
Nigel says, well done, both. Thanks.
Thank
It
you,
was great to have you
Nigel.
here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Olfat, again.
Yeah, everyone has been here.
Thank you, Ami.
As
Yeah.
usual, it was a great pleasure having you here, hanging out with you. Don't forget, there are tons of live events this March. Yesterday, I shared a post about this, summarizing most of them. But if you want to make sure, go to CG Connect courses, the live courses, and check out the whole list of things that are approaching. They're in chronological order, and it feels like every day there is something. Obviously, as Ina said, you won't be able to attend everything and to make it work. You're not supposed to. I recommend attending those things that don't have a recording, or the things that are really, really interesting to you and relevant for you, so that you use the chance to ask questions during the live session and get your questions answered. And don't forget, in 2 weeks from now, on March 17th, we'll have another interior design related episode here. I'll have Stefana Ristic, who is the winner of CG Architects Viz Pro of 2025, a great art director, fantastic interior designer, and interior design visual artist. Be here with me, and we'll talk about designing and visualizing small interiors, which is very much the case with our exercise. But not only, this is a very relevant topic in many cases. And so I hope to see you there. And until then, of course, stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see each other in 2 weeks once again. Until then, rock on and keep it realistic, my friends. Much love. Goodbye.